Hey everybody, Marcus here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. I have the DJI Mini 4K drone with me today. Now, because this drone was recently put on sale on Amazon for $249.99, I don't know if it'll still be on sale when you see this video. However, it motivated me to get out and make another video with this drone. A lot of people are aware of it, but some of you may not be. This is a great drone for beginning the drone hobby. You can get into it at a very, very reasonable price. So yeah, I'm just gonna fly around. I'm at Heroes Park. I'm just gonna fly around and kind of just like I would a first flight with any given drone, show you some of the features and talk about the drone a little bit. It's got a lot of really great features at a very reasonable price. Let's quit messing around. Let's get this little bird in the air. Okay, I have everything fired up and I've got a screen recorder started so you can see what I'm doing. One of the things that I always do is take a look at the safety menu. Now, I tend to fly in metric. We're going to crank that distance up to max. Return to home altitude. It does not need to be that high. 35 meters is plenty for where I'm at here. It's not asking for any calibrations, so I'm not going to do them. Show you the battery. We're in good shape there. And then if we look at the top of the screen, yeah, I charged this battery the other day, so it depleted a little bit. It's at 90%. We've got 22 satellites. I typically shoot in automatic. I know a lot of people will tell you all about manual settings and so forth. That's not how I roll. But we are going to shoot, if you look there where it says resolution and FPS, 4K 30 frames per second. So I'm going to start recording right now. So there's no reason not to take off. I'm going to do an automated takeoff on the app. So clicking that button on the left side of the screen, holding the middle button down, and there the little drone just takes off, and it is nice and steady. Let's bring it in here. I've got the action camera kind of sitting in front of me there on the bench. Let's bring the drone down a little bit and we can bring it into that camera so you can get a good look at the drone, a little better look, and show you how that gimbal works. You can see how that gimbal works to keep the picture nice and stable. So that's a good feature that you won't see on some beginner drones. They don't have a gimbal, and that's why you get that jumbly video footage. Now, one of the things that I always do when I'm starting a video is I like to do a droney, in other words, a pull-away shot. So let's do that right now. I'm gonna drop that camera down just a little bit, reverse and up right now. And boy, I'll tell you what, DJI's flight controls are just fantastic. It's just so smooth and it's so easy to be able to do these kind of maneuvers with this drone. So you can see here I am at Heroes Park. This is one of my favorite parks to fly a drone for the first time. And obviously I've flown this drone before, and that was me dropping the camera down. We got a nice stable horizon. So let's turn around here and let's just kind of run this guy up. We're in normal speed mode. And let's show you just how quick this little drone is. And I'm kind of moving it around a little quicker than I normally would. But I tell you what, these flight controls are great. Let's go full stick forward. And let's see how fast we're getting up to. There's 8.5, 9 meters per second. I think 10 meters per second. Yeah, so we're at 9.9. Will we hit 10? Yeah, there was 10 meters per second. That is top speed in normal mode. And again, it's a fairly windy day today, and we could have been going against the wind there. Let's move around and go the other way, and we can try that speed out again. But what I want you to pay attention to is the quality of the video. You know, it wasn't long ago that you had to pay a lot of money to get this kind of video quality. So let's just kind of go across the other end of the park here, full stick forward, and let's see the speed that we get up to. So yeah, we're probably going against the wind this way, so it's not quite as fast. 9 meters per second, 9.5. Well, now, yeah, there we hit 10, a little over 10. Okay, that's pretty darn good. Okay, let's just show you some of the other capabilities here. I'm going to throw it in sport mode. One of the things that I often do, and you saw it kick the gimbal down there, the camera, it does that because it needs to, as it pitches forward, if it didn't, it wouldn't be able to, it would be looking at the nose of the drone. So the camera, because the drone is pitched forward. Okay, we're going to go straight across here to the farmer's field across the street. We are in sport mode, so we can move right along. And then we're going to go kitty corner here. Looks like they got somebody out doing some work in the field. This field, they haven't done a whole lot with it lately. They don't leave it fallow, but often whatever the crops they grow, it doesn't look like they get in any big hurry to harvest or anything like that. Now, one of the things I want to point out to you here, one of the reasons I like to go out to this far corner of this field, because that's about 1 kilometer away. Now I am pointing the antenna of the controller at the drone, but I am nonetheless, I'm under this picnic shelter. And why am I telling you that? Because I want to point out how fantastic DJI's, how fantastic their controller is, and the control distance. You get really good FPV feed, you get good control. So we're out there 1 kilometer. Let's turn this guy around and we'll bring it back to us. Fantastic, perfect video feed and control. Not many drones can do that. We had a little bit, as I was turning there, I had a little bit of hesitation on the FPV feed. So, so let's just bring it on back. Again, we're in sport mode. You know, this is kind of interesting. See this little, I'm going to drop, this is me dropping the camera down. This little grassy area right here, I don't know if Walmart owns that or who, but they used to just let it go. It's actually pretty green right now. Often they didn't do much there, so kind of interesting. So we're going to get back to the park here. Let's move a little sideways. Oh, I see a little gimbal tilt there, so we had some wind there. That is unusual for this drone. It looks like it corrected itself pretty quickly, but as I moved sideways, the gimbal tilted. There it did it again, and I suspect we got some winds going on that are pushing that little gimbal around. Okay, as soon as I let go here, let's see if it straightens out, and it did. Okay, let's get some speed up and let's go straight across the street again and back over the park. We are at 50% battery. Let's drop down here, and again, I'm in sport mode. One of the things that I often do, that was me wiggling the controls there. Sorry about that. I like doing an orbit around this. Again, I'm in sport mode, so let's go back into normal mode and we'll get rid of all those issues with the gimbal. Let's drop this guy down, and let's see if we can do a little orbit around the flag here. And again, the reason that I do that is to show you how well DJI's flight controls work, and they do work quite well. So we're in normal mode. You could probably, let me pick up the camera just a little bit. You could probably do even better in Cine mode. That's the slowest mode. But this is me doing just a manual orbit, moving the right stick right and the left stick left, and trying to move in on it a little bit. I sped up there a little bit too fast. Oh, that was pilot error right there. But that looks pretty good. And DJI's flight controls make this so much easier than some of the other drones out there. Okay, let's pick up that camera here and bring it back to us. And I'm going to show you this. We also have a feature called, there's also a feature called Quick Shots. And let's take a look at that real quick. So I'm moving the drone out in the field here a little bit, and I'm walking out in the field, and we're going to bring it down. Just got to have enough room for the drone to maneuver. So that's one of the things that I want to tell you is that this drone does not have any kind of obstacle avoidance. So you could run the drone into a tree or something. It can't see what's in front of it. So you got to be careful when you're doing these automated features. So let's stop recording. And I'm going to click on that little film strip at the top and click on Quick Shots. That's just one of the things that it'll do. We already did a droney, so we're not going to do that. But let's do a circle. And I've got a plus sign on me. I'm going to click on that. It's selected me. And we're going to click Start. And it's going to count down. And it may revert to 1080p to do this. I'm not sure. But you see the drone is starting to do an orbit there. And it's orbiting right around us here. Let's see if we can catch it as it comes back around the other side. And yeah, there it is. And it'll just do a perfect orbit. So that's a handy way, an automated way to get a good shot. One of my very favorites is a helix, and we're going to do that right now. So let's go ahead and click Start. What a helix is, the drone basically does a corkscrew above you. So I need to select myself, then click Start. And what you'll see is the drone will move away from me, gain an altitude, and do a circle at the same time. And I'm going to kind of spin around and see if I can keep the drone on the action camera here. But yeah, that's in this $249 drone, you get that feature. So I'd say that's pretty cool. So it's all done with that now, and it'll return to its starting point. Okay, it's returned. I'm gonna get out a quick shot. Well, let's show you, I wanna show you all the quick shots. You got boomerang down there, we did a helix, we did a circle. You've got, whoops, I got messed up there. We've got a droney and we've got a rocket as well. Okay, so you can see there's some other selections here. This drone will do panorama shots as well as photographs. So let's click into panorama and let's spin it around. We probably have enough battery here that we may be able to do this. Let me pick up that camera. I'm trying to hold the action camera, the controller, and everything all at one time here. But what I want to do is I want to get pointed out here towards the Boise front, the Boise Mountains here, and kind of do a little panorama shot. So let's stop right there, and we are going to do let's start with a 180, and it's going to take a bunch of pictures here, and it's starting to take pictures. I don't think we'll have enough battery to do anything after that, so I'm going to go back to my picnic bench. Well, it's getting them done pretty quick here. Yeah, so now it did that. Well, shoot, let's just do one more. Let's go ahead and click on that at the top again, and that was a 180. Let's do wide angle. Start. Yeah, maybe this is the one that takes more pictures. It is, it's taking a bunch of pictures. This is the one I think that takes 27 shots. So by the time, yeah, oh no, maybe that was 9. Yeah, so it's going into low battery return to home here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back into video mode, start video, and let's just show you what it does to go into low battery return to home. I'm not gonna touch anything on the controller. I'm just gonna let it do it all on its own here. It's beeping at me pretty hard, but as soon as that battery meter on the top right when you see that go from green to yellow, and we're almost there, it'll say, hey, I'm coming home, and it'll give us a countdown. In fact, we can even fly it a little further out here. There we go, that helped. Yeah, there it goes. Low battery return to home. We could hit confirm, but let's let it do its countdown. And you'll see it spin around here and come back. Now, the reason I'm showing you that is to tell you it's really hard to lose your drone. You see it rising. I had the return to home height set at 35 meters, which is plenty. It's higher than any of these trees and so forth. And the drone is just going to come straight back to us. Down to 14% battery. I'm going to drop the camera down as we go so that you can see how accurate it is. This drone does not pretend to have precision landing like you read about in some other drones, but it should be pretty close. Let's see. It'll start descending here. Yep, it's descending, and it's a ways off. Yeah, you know what? I don't think it's going to hurt a thing to let it land in the grass there. So we're just going to let it come down. And what you'll see is it will, it'll pick up the camera. Once it gets to a certain point and it goes into landing mode, you'll see the camera pop up right there. And it's in landing mode and it's going to land. So yeah, right on the grass, right in front of the pad, you know. I'm going to say it's a good, I don't know, 12 feet or so in front of the landing pad. One of the things I'm also going to tell you is remember to stop recording before you shut off the drone. That way you don't get a corrupted video file. Okay, let me shut all this stuff down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, the DJI Mini 4K. That was a pretty good flight. Or I named mine the Ron Mini 4K after my friend Ron Brown of Drone Nation fame. So the little drone that could, I cannot believe the amazing video quality you get out of this. And you guys have already seen the panoramas that we took. We did a couple of quick shots just to show you some of the features that it does, all for a $249 package. Took it out a kilometer out and had perfect control signal the whole time. No worries about that at all. I will say this is not a long distance drone. I just did that just to show you that it could do it. You know, mostly you're going to be flying this drone closer in. But that said, just an amazing little product for, again, it's on sale right now for $249. The regular price is like $299, so, you know, not bad either way. Catch it on sale if you can. I also forgot to mention earlier that this is a sub 250 gram drone. So if you're flying recreationally, you don't need to register it. You don't need to do anything. You do need to take the trust test. And yeah, you have to follow all the drone regulations, but no worries about registering it. It does not require remote ID or any of that either when you're flying it recreationally, if you're a hobbyist. So, man, I just can't say enough good about the little DJI Mini 4K. Love this little drone. This is Marcus with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I so appreciate that you took the time to watch this video today. And we'll see you on the next one. And yeah, I'm going to keep flying this little guy. Love this little drone. See ya.